I want to get straight to the latest out of China. Its economy, it grew at its slowest pace in nearly 3 decades. Beijing says its economy grew by just 6.6% last year, but the numbers are likely worse than even that. Joining us now, Donald Luskin. He's the CEO of TrendMacro. And Donald, China's economy, obviously, just a day after the reports that they're willing to spend $1 trillion to close the trade deficit, bring it to zero, certainly must help with our leverage as we advance these talks, right?
Oh, you bet it does. You got to remember one thing. Strong man like President for Life Xi Jinping would not even be negotiating with President Trump. They wouldn't even come to the table if we weren't holding a knife to their throat, a gun to their head, if they weren't in danger because of what we're doing. The United States is a huge customer of China, and when we threaten to disengage with them, we threaten to throw them into something they've never experienced before. China simply does not know what a recession looks like. And in a command and control economy like that, where social cohesion is so important, you have to wake up in the morning and salute the Communist Party, you get a recession, you get people who are getting layoffs and pink slips for the first time in their lives. You have to wonder, if you're Xi Jinping, you got enough riot police? So you bet you're going to negotiate with Trump to get these tariffs taken away and get your economy growing again. That's the whole secret to this negotiation. It's force.
You know, and it's interesting, to your point, last year was the first time that they actually saw auto sales decline in China since they became a big buyer back in 1990. So the tables have turned significantly. And still, by the same token, O'Donnell, they have a game plan. They have a goal, rather. And this goal of preeminence involves stealing a lot of U.S. technology. Let's be honest about it, to get where they need to go.
That's funny the way you put it. You say, let's be honest about it. That's what we're asking them to do. Let's be honest about it. Because think about it this way. At the end of the day, if China bases its economy on the ability to steal technology from us, then it has a long-term strategic plan to let us do all the creative thinking in the world, and then they'll just steal it. Well, what kind of plan is that? That's the plan of a parasite. That's the plan of a flea, whose plan is, oh, well, I'm going to have a dog always to suck the blood out of. Well, what if the dog just decides, you're going to have to develop your own blood, Mr. Flea. You're on your own. Well, it's in the flea's own interest to become independent. So what Trump is asking China to do is to become a better, stronger, bigger economy. It's in everybody's interest except the Communist Party, because they lose power in the process. And that's the one and only sticking point.
Well, it's how does a final deal look then in your mind? Again, we got the $1 trillion offer. Most people believe that was the low-hanging fruit part of this. The harder parts are still more complicated. So in your mind, how would something look that would be considered a quote-unquote win-win and face-saving for both presidents?
Well, they've already, before the negotiators even sat across the table, China's already given us pretty much everything we want, or at least they've said they would. They've said that they're going to walk back their Made in China 2025 policy. They've already started buying soybeans and sorghum from us. They're saying that they're going to pass a law that rescinds that requirement that foreign co-investors in China share intellectual property with a local partner. It's kind of all they have to do now is actually sign on the line that is dotted. Now, this is a classic case of negotiating against yourself. They did this before the negotiations even began. So you're a smart negotiator like Trump. What do? You say, uh-oh, I smell weakness. So you know what? I'm going to ask for even more. So this thing is going to go right down to the deadline on February 28th. It's going to get really scary in the last week of February because everybody's going to have this big headlock, and it's going to look like they're all going to fall off the cliff together, and then a deal will get done, and it will involve compromises that you can't even imagine that have to do not only with economic issues, but China working with us to solve the problem in North Korea, to solve the problem in Iran. There's a lot of good things that we can do with China if they just understand our negotiating position.
Well, I got to tell you, that would be absolutely amazing. It would turn so many truisms, so many people saying it can't be done. You never use tariffs. I tell you what, there's a lot of people invested in this not working just because of other things other than economics. By the way,
man, those are all the same people who said Donald Trump could never get elected.
That's true. That's true. Hey, I do want to also say that you've been right on these markets. You predicted this market would stabilize. You talked about the sell-off ending after the Fed sort of got out of its own way. So here we are. We've made this remarkable move, the fastest $1 trillion point gain in the Wilshire 5000 in history. But we're at the crossroads. We're at key resistance points in all the major indices. We're in the midst of earnings season. What does it take to keep this rally going?
Oh, what it takes is a test. It takes a little bit more fear. The thing that creates a great rally is fear. Remember how you felt on that half trading day on Christmas Eve when just the lights of the world were going out and just the bottom was dropping out of everything? That's what makes a good bottom. So we've had, what, 15, 16% rally from there? We need to test that. We need to get scared again. We need everybody to say, oh my God, I'm going to lock in my pathetic little recovery gains that I got since Christmas Eve. Oh my God, I've got to get out now. And as soon as everybody says that, then the next leg up. Count on it.
Okay. All right. Well, listen, you've been right.
You
appreciate and I wrote it down, by the way. And believe it or not, we record this stuff, too. So
what? I'll bet you broadcast it on TV, too. Really?
Yeah, when the competitors are playing that old reruns, that's what we love to do. Hey, Donald, thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Thank you.